Can you hear the wind, folks? The muffs on these microphones are really good, but it's gusting 15 to 20 miles per hour. It is Friday afternoon. Saturday and Sunday it's gonna rain and storms. So it's today fishing in the wind or no fishing this weekend at all, and then work another 5 long days until I can go fishing. So we're gonna try to tuck in somewhere as good as we can. Look at this. This doesn't look too bad. And this is kind of hiding me. The only thing is I dropped the talon here to hold me, but maybe I should just drop the anchor, because when the wind is pushing my boat, being a deep V, very high above the water, it puts tremendous amount of pressure over a single spike. It's very easy for the spike to snap or rip some of the bolts off the back of the boat here. It's dangerous, but we have to give it a shot. I have only 3 rods today. Wow, the water temperature is 10 degrees warmer than last week. 10 degrees. Yeah, I have float and 2 super ultralights, because we're not gonna catch many trophies today. We are just fishing for fun today. I don't know what's gonna happen, but look at this background again, man. God bless, look at this pure beauty. I just love fishing in this sort of conditions, folks. Shallow with a beautiful background. Have a little dangle here on a 1 gram number 12. They're coming, folks. The mold is ready. They're coming. Actually, the factory is ready to start producing, but I have not approved the colors. That's gonna be another snag, because I get very picky about the colors. I told them what I want. Now they have to make samples. Now I'm gonna approve some of the samples, and I'm gonna reject the other samples. So we have to make them 2-3 times. And the factory told me they don't want to do half and half and half and half. They want to do the whole batch at once. So until I approve all of the colors, production is not gonna start, even though the mold is ready to start pumping. Fish immediately. I saw a few small dots around this tree over there. Okay, these are babies. I agree, these are babies. Maybe not babies. No, these are not babies. This is a good bijik. What am I talking about? Look at the first fish already. Look, 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 look. God bless. God bless. My gosh. Beautiful bijik. The biggest appeal of this micro cove is no wind. The wind is pushing slightly that way. So I'm hoping that I have enough fish here for a video. 10, 12 fish for me is enough for a video, folks. Due to the rapid run rate of my mouth, there is usually so much other stuff in the video that 10, 12 fish makes for a 25-minute video. Easily. So we don't need too many fish. In the past, I used to make these videos, fish 3 hours, but on the same spot, on the same topic, catch like, 50, 80 fish. And then do what? Cut all of them out? Or show only the biggest ones? This is just pointless. And you don't know which one to cut out. You have to watch the whole 3 hours to figure what to cut. Better catch 10 fish, show all of them, say what you want to say, and get the hell out of there. Okay, that's a smaller bijik. This is more like what I saw over there, but allow me to say this little bijik. That's a huge mouth on this bijik. Just like on my mother-in-law. I'm just kidding, I'm just kidding, I'm just kidding. Take it easy with the thumbs down now. Victor, you're so disrespectful. Yeah. Man, I love this good float bitic. That's another little one. But I do not care. We're gonna catch all of the little ones out of that tree. They're all gonna undergo a dental exam. Man, you know, when I was developing prototypes for the dangly tail, folks, I had two sizes. One for the size 12 hook, one for the size 10 hook. But I decided in the end to manufacture only the size 10 hook. The size 12 hook is good too. I might release this later, but that would really slow down and complicate everything. And it's so easy to just trim one section, just like on a trout magnet. Just trim one section from the longer lure. The tail is about the same. The tail was different too, everything was different, but tail is about the same. It's better to just trim one section. Yeah, I see you. Of the big lure and have one product for the release as soon as possible. I really want to release the product as soon as possible because I kind of started making videos with the prototype too early. People are stealing my idea now. This is YouTube for you. Everybody steals from everybody. Never give credit to anybody. I just came up with this idea. I just came up through the years of fishing experience that I have. No, you stole it from this dude. You stole it. Now this bijik may look like a normal bijik to you. This is too circular. The mouth is huge. This one is a little bit mixed with a shell daddy. I'm telling you, it is. Even if you don't have any of the color cues, the shape of the body, what if it's 1/8 of shell daddy? I don't know. The shape of the body appears too aggressive for a bluegill. Yeah, they're right in front of that tree over there. It's funny, there was a gentleman fishing from the rock, and as I was coming here getting all the rods out of the rod walker, he left. And I just knew that it wouldn't be any problem that he fished here for 2 hours for me. Because the way people fish, they don't catch my fish. Very few people that fish this lake catch my fish. There is a few of them, but very few. So number of people fishing is not directly proportional to the harvest of fish. Most people have no idea what they're doing. I see their tackle and boat when they're pulling the boat up the ramp, and I profile people. I know it's wrong, I profile everybody. There is a fish. I see the boat, the tackle. I can tell immediately that's not a gentleman who will pull up to a spot and clean it out like I can. Now the wind is blowing from there, but how is that possible? Look, it turned my boat around. How can the wind blow from there, folks? It's a vertical bank. it spins around like in a funnel or something. You know, it's funny, I don't really see fish right on the tree. I see the branches of the tree. They might be behind the branches. I don't really see fish on the tree. You know, we caught several fish back to back, but I don't think this tree will be enough to fill up a video. There is still not enough biomass shallow. They're starting to move in, of course, but not enough biomass. Wow, what a cast. I kind of slung it. What is the past tense of sling? Slung. Under the branches. You can't approach vertically. If you approach the spot vertically, you're gonna end up in the branches. So this is why I'm missing some fish. There's a few little ones there. See, we caught the biggest one first, and then one more nice one, and a few smaller ones. In different circumstances, I'll be honest with you, I would have moved to a juicier location, but I don't want to go behind me in the wind again. Is there anything next to this rock here? I don't see nothing by the rock unless they're under the rock. And I don't think I spooked them. There is a bite right next to the rock. They might be little ones. But anyway, right now I'm fishing with the 1 gram number 12 with the little dangly tail. Which is, the little dangly tail is, I might release it in the future. I think there is utility for the small dangly tail too. Hey, that's not too small. The little dangly tail, folks, with the, oh, that's a little Mr. Basic. Little dangly tail with the 1 gram number 12 is extremely deadly. Ow, 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 ow. Extremely deadly for small bluegill. Why not? Thank you, Mr. Basic. Look at this little dangly tail. You can see on some of the other videos the dangly tail is, the body, the tail, everything is bigger. Let's side cast again. Look at my skills now. Look, look, look. My gosh. Come on. Can I get a thumbs up? That was a good side cast. Can I get a bite now? One bite. Come on. Yeah, bite. Fishing. Not just a bite, but a fishing too. Man, good bite. I gotta tell you. You need to develop your fishing philosophy. Oh, that's an amazing pidgik. To where if you're out on the water, you don't have headache, you don't have any chronic pain. The weather is nice. And man, that's a good pidgik, folks. Maybe thumbnail. The weather is nice, the background is nice, environment is nice, and you're catching a few small bluegill. This should already be enough to make you happy, folks. Trust me, I want to catch a trophy bluegill like anybody else, probably more than most of you. And make a post on the community page and all of that. But this is already a win. Being in a pretty place, nice weather, no temporary pains of any kind. When I get my headaches, folks, I'm telling you, I don't enjoy anything. The stock market might be up, my stocks might be up. Maybe we had 25 orders today, the business is doing good. If I have a bad headache, I'm just walking around the house, taking showers, trying to get it to go away, taking painkillers. I'm so miserable. Just trust me, just if you are here catching small bluegills and everything is fine and nothing hurts, no kidney stones, no headaches, already a good day. Let's get back to the tree. You know, the British have a theory or approach. I I don't know how to call it, biotic, of arresting the swim. That's what they call it, arrest the swim. When they say swim, they mean a fishing spot. I don't know why they call it a swim when they never swim in the fishing spot. How did you Brits come across with this terminology? The Brits will come up with the most ridiculous things just to stand out on YouTube, because all of the conventional fishing techniques are already so overused and you cannot get a click and a view anymore. They keep making more and more ridiculous techniques just to get attention. But anyway, they have this theory for resting the fishing swim, which pretty much is reduced to this: fish the tree. When the bite at the tree stops, that doesn't mean that the fish is gone. That means that the 5 or 8 fish that were around the tree got either caught or spooked out, but the tree will have fish again in 30 minutes or an hour later, because the same forces that drew the fish to the tree in the first place will draw them again a little bit later, assuming stable fishing conditions, weather and all of that. If that is stable, the reason that they came in the first place will bring them back again. Give it a little time, come back in an hour, and you're gonna eke another 2 or 3 bluegill out of it. That's what I try to do here. Catch a couple fish here, catch a couple fish there, catch a couple fish everywhere. I'm becoming a poet like Catfish Dave. Does anybody have Catfish Dave's phone number? Can you connect me with Catfish Dave? Before I die, I want to make a video with Catfish Dave. Of all the YouTubers that I've seen, I think my, I don't want to say personality, but it's closest to his. The grumpy, unhappy with everything, ranting about everything person. He strikes me, I kind of recognize myself when I watch his videos, which I still do after all these years. That's a good bluegill. I don't care where you live. Texas, Florida is still a bluegill. Where's my ruler? Is my ruler here? Put it on the ruler. That is an 8.5 inches. Let me find a ruler quickly. That's 8 1/4, not 8.5. But he's very tall, so gives you the satisfaction equivalent of catching an 8.5er. Let's put it like that. See, the wind is gusting like this. But when I got tucked in here, this is how you can see. But when I got tucked in here and I cast over there, I can kind of eke a little Friday afternoon video. I like Catfish Dave. He is sincere. If you're grumpy inside, better be grumpy outside. Don't fake it. That's my motto anyway. Fishing. Okay. Let's see how many fish we caught already. I feel like we have at least 15 minutes of video. Yeah, there's a few of these. There's a few of these over there. I was just gonna say I haven't deep hooked any fish yet. And then the smallest fish of the day deep hooks the dangle. You gotta be more careful with your feeding choices, little bijik. Sideways. Man, do you see this? I'm casting it like a frisbee. Oh, there it is. Decent bijik. Not a trophy, but definitely north of 7 inches, I say. Yeah, buddy, maybe just 7. Maybe just 7. This is my new favorite float rig, by the way. The Daiwa Primi, which is a heavily repainted Daiwa Legalis, but I appreciate the paint nevertheless. So yeah, it just looks so nicey. It looks so nicey. That's what I'm telling you. Enjoy your day on the water. Little jigs, doesn't matter. If you're getting bites, testing equipment, testing the jigs, the line, the rod, the reel, float, your skills, your eyes, you're still testing stuff. You don't need a... Yeah, that's right on top of the tree, but we're gonna eke something anyway. Come here, there's a few little ones over there, but you gotta weed them out. Yeah, look. Even this one, it's got a really yellow belly and very aggressive mouth. Look at this little dingo, folks. You try the rock one more time, but I don't even see anything. But there is a fish under the rock. Let's see what it is. Whoa! Look at him, or her. No, it's him. Look at him. He's small but fierce. He pulled something fierce. I forgot my favorite expression from last year. He pulled something fierce. Good cast. Come on, one fishing over there. Yeah, that's a bite. That's a bite. And maybe it's tilted. Is this a fish? I don't know. Pull the trigger and try. Hey, this feels a little bit different. Could this be a small crappie? Feels a little bit different. No, it isn't. It is small. Not crappie. I don't know. It felt a little different to me. Oh, come on, brother. You guys, little ones, need to be more careful. None of the big ones chugged it down. It was the two smallest fish all day that chugged it, and I'm not gonna pull my dehooker to save I don't know, 5-6 inch bluegill when there is so many birds and catfish and bass that can have a meal with this little bluegill. There's a few fish in open water, folks, and yeah, the rock and the tree appear completely exhausted. Bite. There's some fishing too. Yeah, even if there is one or two fish there, you know, they literally saw the same lure 50 times right in their face. Now they're spooked. They're not gonna take it if they didn't take it 50 times in a row. Who knows, maybe whatever few fish is left there is the ones that were just now caught and released. So I know you really enjoyed this episode, but I'm afraid it's approaching its logical conclusion. Watch this. Man, oh man. Yeah, and when you cast like this sideways, you're kind of flying in a plane that is 3 feet above the surface. So okay, you can hit the rock or snag the tree, but these are less terminally dangerous than the branches on top of the tree. Those are the most dangerous to remove. If I hit the rock, most likely it will come back anyway. If I snag on the tree, I'll go get it. I'm not gonna leave my little dangle behind. Folks, the bite really slowed down, and I'm gonna be honest with you, for kind of purely selfish reasons, I wanna keep this video short and sweet so I can go and edit it quickly and have something to publish tomorrow. I don't wanna lift talent, go to a new spot and find fish and start talking about it all over again. That's going to be another 2 hours of video to edit, when this was like, I don't know, 30, maybe 40 minutes of video, and we have enough film for a video already. Talking about the dangle, it is funny. You guys can probably confirm, probably have the same observations. These lures, it's not particular to my dangle, by the way. These lures, sometimes you fish all day with one lure and it's not even compromised. Like, look at this dangle. Yeah, look at this dangle. Zero damage to tail, action, color, anything. Look. This is amazing. Ceramic coated hook for reduced glare and reduced visibility in the water. Absorbs light. It stays cleaner and non-rusty longer. Look at this, absolutely perfect. And we caught quite a few small bluegill, not just some big bluegill that, you know, the bigger bluegill, they kind of slurp the whole thing and they don't really do damage to the lure, because, I don't know, the whole thing goes in the mouth. It's the little ones that grab only the tail and then tear up the whole thing, because you're pulling on the hook, but the hook is not in the mouth. Only the tail is in the mouth. Even the tail is because you use too big of a hook. It tried, the small bluegill, sometimes it came from the back. It tried to eat the whole jig, but the top lip of the fish bumped onto your hook. Bumped, and then it closed onto the tail. This was not the initial intention of the fish. This happened because of your big, nasty coat hanger wire hook with the big gap here. That's why it hit only the tail. So when you fish for bluegill or, you know, golden shiners, fish with small mouth, you gotta have not very much gap outside of the lure. You might miss some fish for a different reason, but at least this way they can eat the whole thing and not only the tail. But this is enough for this video, folks. Thank you very much for watching another one from Mr. iFish. Here, soak your eyes on this. Look at this beauty, the background, the rod, the reel, everything. Thanks again, folks. Bye bye.